Hi, it's Stephen here from Son of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 11 of the November Daily Draws. So let's see what kind of message we get today. And I'll be taking the first card from the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Forest of Enchantment Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. So we have the Ace of Visions, or the Ace of Cups. I think we had this near the beginning of the month, and this was about the message there, I think, as I believe it is again today, a reminder that maybe we should have a time of connecting with ourselves and check in with our emotions and our relationships and reflect on them. The first thing, of course, that catches my eye is the reflection of the swan in the water. So to me, there's a bit of self-reflection going on here. And maybe we need to reflect with a view, a vision of seeing how we stand in relationships and emotionally, in our spirituality, in our inner life, looking within to see what's there, to see how we are, to see how we're doing, to see how we feel about various things, and how we feel perhaps about a new beginning, a new opportunity to start afresh in some of these areas. And do we see this opportunity first and foremost? Do we yet see the opportunity for a fresh start? Maybe a renewal, the potential for change and development within our relationships, within our emotional health and condition, and how we deal with these things. Maybe a new approach. It could mean that we connect to new people, have new relationships of whatever nature of relationship it may be. Different kinds, of course. We all have different kinds of relationships in our lives: family relationships, friendship relationships, colleagues, associates, people just around us in the community, and of course, loved ones, romantic relationships. There's all kinds of relationships, and we to look into the whole sphere of this, and maybe there'll be new opportunities to form new relationships. Also, it could be the beginning of a refreshing, a renewal, a healing of existing relationships. And thereby it starts with a self-reflection. Because any change in any kind of relationship starts with us, and we need to look at our part in all our relationships and our emotional dealings. It's down to us to change our part. Because in reality, that's really the thing that we can change. We might want to change another person and how they feel about relationships and how they feel about certain things. But we can't change their feelings for them. All we can do is look at ourselves and how we respond and how we interact. And maybe that will evoke a change, a desirable change in other people. But it's not a guarantee because it depends. They may feel the prompting to change, but they may not pay any attention to it, and that's their free will choice. And that's why we can't make them. So, but we can. That's what we must begin to realize, that in any change in relationships, the change is really how we need to change and be ourselves. And we don't necessarily change in order to please the other people, because they may not appreciate or reciprocate anyway. No, we change because it's right for us to change and grow in emotionally and in relationships. And that's why we change, because it's right for us. And then as a bonus for that, it may affect outwardly our relationships positively with other people. But it really is the real benefit is first and foremost for ourselves and our well-being. And thereby, with this new opportunity to have this reflection and to change and grow in a positive way, in the way that we need to look at ourselves and think, well, in what way do I need to change? Not for anybody else's benefit, not for anybody else, but for me. How do I grow the way that I'm supposed to, in order to be true to myself, to be authentic, and to grow as an individual? What changes do I need to make? What emotional wounds and hurts need to be healed before, elements of trust and being able to be vulnerable again in a relationship? What change needs to take place? What healing needs to take place? This is where every change begins, by looking at our current state and seeing where we want to be, where we desire to be. And that's what I feel the Ace of Visions, or the Ace of Cups, is encouraging us to connect with today, to view how we feel about things in general and in specific areas, so that we can make the appropriate, take the appropriate steps. And that involves, first and foremost, connecting with ourselves, improving the relationship we have with ourselves, in being self-aware, knowing ourselves and knowing where we need to grow. Okay, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. We have the Bramble Brigade. The Bramble Brigade. Look at this collection here. I think we have a mole. We have various animals, a mouse. We have like a community outing or something going on here. And yeah, how do we relate to others? How do we, see ourselves in relationships with other people? Where's our place? Where do we fit in? Where would we like to fit in? So this is about the collective spirit. And sticking together. Where can we improve those bonds of community spirit, of fellowship, of camaraderie? That's what this card, this oracle card, is referring to. Where we can have strength together in a common cause, perhaps. So maybe this opportunity that's been brought to us for self-reflection and development involves how we can improve our relationships in this way. and express them positively. So let's do just that. And I believe that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 12. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.